Elmar's Ecosystem Podcast.
It's an ecosystem. Everything interacts with each other.
It's an amazing experience.
Hello, Toko.
Hi, Elmar. How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm good, thank you.
Yeah, so where I want to start, it's very difficult to start, really, but it's like I want to know where you grew up, and because I know nothing about you. If I think about it, like we talk on the radio, and we make jokes, and I call you Mama Toko, but I don't know where you're from. I don't know where you grew up. So that's my first question.
Originally, I am from the Eastern Cape.
Okay.
The town called Mtacha. That's where I grew up. I did my lower grades there up until high school. And then tertiary, I moved to the Free State. That's where I did my tertiary.
Tertiary education.
Tertiary education, yes.
In Bloemfontein.
Yes, I did it in Bloemfontein in the Free State.
Okay. And how was the adaptation? Was it different there if you compare it to the Eastern Cape?
Oh, it was very different. It was very different. Remember, Mthatha is a very small town, so going to Bloemfontein was like, wow.
Going to a big
It was very
city.
big, yes.
Yeah.
It was very big for me.
And the place you grew up, say the name again?
I'm from Kambi.
Kambi.
Yes, it's a location, it's a village.
A village?
Yes, it's
so
a
it's
village.
a very small...
I'm from Kambi and Mdleleni, and yeah.
It's very small,
It's very small. It's there's no child, there's no how am I gonna? There are few people who are educated from that
village.
Yes, it's few families. But these days, it's better. But then it was very few families. It was 1 or 2 families that was having educated people, educated kids. Yeah.
Yeah. And if you say educated and non-educated, when do you mean they were not educated? Was it long ago, or was it?
It was not long ago. I'm talking about because I finished my matric 2000, and then I finished my matric in 99. Yes, I finished my matric in 1999. Yes. So at that time there were few people who were even having grade 12 from our village. Yes.
Yeah. So it was very scarce that someone actually finished matric.
Yeah, it was very. And once you finish matric, you know that it's either you're gonna go and being the helper, or you're gonna go and become the nanny, or people were going to the city. We're going to those kind of jobs.
Yeah.
So, and there were few who were police, others after matric they would apply and then become police or soldiers, but there were very, very few.
Very few.
Yeah.
So what do the people do that does not have an education? Do they usually just work on a farm there, or?
They work. Most of the people live from cultivating things. Yeah, they work on their, on their fields, on their farms.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was the main reason. More especially boys didn't care about school at all. At least for us women, yeah.
You wanted the education.
Yes, we would push.
Yeah.
And should I tell you something?
Yes, go.
I was the first one to graduate from my home.
From your home?
Yeah.
From your family?
Now, from my family.
Wow.
From my family. But now I think we are having plus or minus 10 graduates.
That's great.
Graduated in 2011. Yeah.
But that's great.
So,
that's actually amazing.
so amazing.
Yeah. Okay, so you graduated and then you thought about studying further, right?
Mm.
You went to Bloemfontein.
I studied in Bloemfontein. I studied computer systems engineering.
Okay.
And then I graduated from that. And then I did my BTech, but now I took the other stream, which was part. Remember, if I explained to you, computer systems is having two streams. Is electronic engineering and IT.
IT. Yeah.
So I'm on my BTech. I majored with the IT. I followed the IT stream, so I did the software development in my BTech. And then it happened, life happened again. I went to 2021, I did my PGCE.
Okay.
Which makes me to be the qualified educator.
Educator.
Yes.
So you did some education after that.
Yes.
Okay. Now, how did you decide you wanted to go into electronics in the BTech? Did you just happen to want to go do it, or was there someone who inspired you to do it?
No, you know what happened, ne? Okay, I was having some of them I'm still friends even today. So I was working in Bloemfontein, and I was doing my internship in Bloemfontein at the time, and my friends who were not working and those who were working as well inspired me to continue.
Yes.
Because they also continued doing their BTech, so I continued, and in 2012, yes, I continued 2012, then finished it in 2014. Yes, it took me 2 years. In fact, what caused for me to take 2 years was I did the theory part first year, like all the theory modules, and then the project part, I did it, like I was focusing on it on the second year.
Okay.
Yeah, and then.
So first year is theory and then second year is practical.
Yeah,
basically.
it was practical module.
Okay. Okay, and then do you still support your family? Like because you said they're not educated, most of them.
Okay, let me just give you the background of my family. Oh.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Okay, my mom is having a grade 12, fortunately. My mom was having grade 12 when he got married to my dad.
Okay.
My dad is a little bit illiterate. I doubt if he's having like a grade standard 6. You know standard 6 now?
Yeah. Grade 8.
Yeah. So my mom, fortunately, she was the one who pushed us from our family to get
an education.
To get educated. You know, sometimes my mom, when we are sitting at home, she would, we are watching TV, she would show us the people she was studying with. I remember another one is a minister of education.
Yeah.
I remember most of them were principals. Most of them were people in the higher ranks in so many departments, Department of Education. She would like, you know what, that person I was studying with. And we were like, but why didn't, and he would tell us like stories that we won't believe, or in our days we don't see the reason why you would stop your dreams just because you got married.
Yes.
Why would you stop your dreams just because your mom passed on? You know, such those kind of things. Yeah, and then now that your mom is gone, everything should stop. Because those were some of the reasons our mother would tell us.
But it's difficult for some people, right? When you get married and you get kids, it's difficult to go and follow your dreams, you know, because you need to look after your children, and especially when your parents and your grandparents become old and someone needs to look after them, and then no one's there.
But that woman pushed us,
Yeah.
He pushed us, myself and my siblings. Today, all 4 of us, we are qualified engineers. All four of us, yes.
Wow.
All 4 of us. And
do you have brothers and sisters? How many?
I'm the only girl.
So it's three brothers.
The 3 boys, yes.
Okay.
I'm the only girl. So if I say now, coming back to your questions, I think now I've given you the little bit of the background on my family. Yes, I still support them.
You support them? Yeah.
Yes, I still support them. I still support everyone at home because we are Africans.
Yes.
Secondly, we are having this belief that charity begins at home.
Yes.
Yes,
I agree.
So, if I don't support them, who is going to support them?
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Family needs to look out to each other always.
And it is not always about money, Elmar.
No, definitely
the moral
not.
Support, yes.
Definitely
Every
not.
support that they might need, yes, I still support
Just
them.
being there for them.
Being there for them.
Yeah.
That thing of like, trust me, I'm still around.
Yes.
So it also encourages them to push further.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
No, definitely.
Yeah.
Okay. So how long were you in Bloemfontein?
Since 2005.
2005.
Yes.
So it's a long time. It's 20 years.
It's 20 years.
And would you want to go back to the Eastern Cape, or you just got used to Bloemfontein now?
I got used to Bloemfontein and I loved Bloemfontein. I have a house in Bloemfontein, a home for my kids. So no,
Yes.
Eastern Cape now is for visiting.
Just for visiting.
Yes.
Okay.
It's only for visiting.
And your kids, how old are they?
16 years and 16 years and 12 years.
16 and 12.
Yes, there's 4 years apart.
So they're teenagers.
Yes, they're teenagers.
So I'm guessing you're going to have the same support for them, pushing them to go stay educated.
Obviously.
Obviously. Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah.
And before I come here at Marion Island, I was a teacher at a few private schools. So I have colleagues who are like, now that I'm here, they are playing the role of being mothers. They're playing a role of being fathers to my kids. I'm grateful for that.
Yeah.
And they're also offering like the tutoring sessions for my kids. I'm really, really, really grateful for that. I will never forget Elmar. That is true. Umtu ngumtu ngabantu. Do you know what does that mean?
No, please tell me.
Umtu, that's a person.
Person.
Yes, umtu ngumtu.
Umtu.
I said umtu is a person. Umtu ngumtu. Now you're saying a person is a person.
Person is a person.
Ngabantu.
Ngabantu.
Through people.
Through people.
Yes.
Person is a person through people.
Other people.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, I like that.
So umtu ngumtu ngabantu. I've seen that.
Ngabantu. Okay, that's cool. What did I want to ask just now? Now I forgot my train of thought here. For your kids, what are their passions? What do they, what they want to become one day, or?
I recently spoke to my son because he's doing grade 7 now.
Yeah.
So I was asking him which schools must I apply to, and he referred me to some technical schools. I was shocked. I didn't expect that, because last time I spoke with him last year, he mentioned that he wants to be a scientist, and I didn't know what kind of a scientist he wants to be. But now, when he said now recently, that made me I want to go to these technical schools. Apparently, he says his passion now is also engineering.
So it's part of the family.
No, it won't happen, Elmar.
It won't happen.
It
Why
mustn't
not?
happen. No.
You don't want them.
No. No.
Well, don't you think they can choose what they want to become, or?
Yeah, they must choose what they want to become. But what I advised him was, I advised him to do the pure maths and like pure maths, not technical maths.
Yeah.
So I must find him a school where he's gonna take pure maths, physical science, or life sciences, or accounting, so that he has all those streams in his matric.
Yes.
He's gonna have better options.
Better options.
You may go to engineering, you may go to medicine, you may go, because now I think probably is I'm not saying it's a fling. I think probably not. I advised him to do so that tomorrow when he decides to do something else, they say no, you don't have the subjects.
Exactly, you still have the option.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what my parents did with me as well. They
So-
told me, do this and this, because then your options are open. If you don't know what you want to become.
So that's what I said to him. Then,
But I find it so weird that our country is so focused on maths and science, and that you have to have that these days to get into any degree. But for some degrees, you don't really use math. Like, for instance, my degree, biology, I was a conservation ecologist. We only did math the first year. And after that, you just need basic math, right? You just need to be able to count and to multiply and divide. You don't need, and you do some modeling, but it's not
You don't need-
difficult. It's not that difficult. It's not like calculus or something like that. But that's what bothers me about the educational system, because now people who not that great at math can't get into those
that
degrees.
is true. That
But
is
they're
true.
actually passionate about it, but they don't have the mathematical background. And it's unfair, in my opinion, because now you only get people that's good at math into universities.
Have you seen the curriculum for Maths Lit?
No, I haven't. I have no
You
idea.
haven't seen-
Well, my mother's a math teacher, so she'll know.
The curriculum, I think they tried in mathematics, mathematical literacy. They tried to include such kids.
Mm.
If I can tell you, Maths Lit.
Yeah, the maths lit, yeah.
Yes, I think I taught it for 2 years. I taught it for 2 years, and it was boring at first.
Yes, I can think it's boring.
Yeah, it was boring at first. That kind of reading, get the statement, then you analyze, and then you get to your calculation. Sometimes you don't.
But
even
do you think
it?
it's a valuable?
It is very.
It is valuable.
And it is very easy.
It's easy, but why would you think it's valuable to have math lit? I'm not throwing you out. I just want to know your
Okay.
opinion.
Okay, first of all, let me put it like this. Maths Lit is a combination of many subjects. In Maths
Yes.
Lit, you find accounting.
Yeah, that's true.
In Maths Lit, you find financial maths. In Maths Lit, you find building and EGD,
What is that? I don't know.
educational graphic design.
Oh, okay.
Yes. You find what else?
I think it's changed a lot then since
It
I've
changes.
been
and
at
then
school.
it has like the chapters where they are the chapters that are practical, like where you teach your learners about
Yes.
baking lessons and your measurements and
Yeah, that's
the-
another subject, right?
It's still on Maths Lit.
You get math lit baking.
You get it, yes, you get it on Maths Lit, but you don't do it practically.
Oh, yeah,
you only
of
do it
course.
theory.
You just do
yes,
theory.
you do the theory. Your measurements, it's under measurements. Your measurements, like when you do baking, and then your temperatures of your stove and the temperature conversions, like
Oh, okay, all
Farad
of that.
degrees and
Okay.
degrees Celsius. Yes, you find those
You
in
find
Maths
all of
Lit.
those.
So
That's,
the
is that up
content,
to matric or is that?
it's up to metric. It's up to metric. Beyond metric, you don't. Not unless you want to measure.
Yeah.
You want to measure with it if you want to teach it.
Yeah. So if you think about it for maths, like engineering is the most important, where you actually need good maths. And medicine, sure, you do. but not as much. And then obviously your sciences. If you go into real in-depth chemistry or physics, then you need to know math. It's impossible without math. But you see, it depends on what you wanna do. It's like accounting. Obviously, you need to know math and all that.
But you can do accounting without math.
You can do it without math. And that's the thing. So, now I've always heard like criticism of math lit in schools and how
maths lit is very good. If I can tell you, maths lit is very, very good. Yes, it's tricky for a pure maths person like me, but maths lit is the easiest one. Once you read maths lit to understand. You just need to understand. Once you understand your statement or your scenario, then it's easy to go.
Yeah.
It's very easy to go. Not like mathematics. Even mathematics is easy. Because it's always, like if they say solve for x, you know it's solve for x. You just need the method.
Yeah.
If they say find the angle, you need to know if this angle is in between the tangent and what are the theorems. What does the theorem say about the tangent in a circle, about the diameter perpendicular to, you understand those things?
Yeah, so math is basically, you just need to practice.
You need to
That's
practice
what I can remember from math.
and get used to all those drawings and theorems, and you just need to practice.
Yeah, it's simple as that. I can remember when I did math last time I did math, like pure math, was the first year of my degree. And I only did well because I just practiced every day. And I did really well, and it was easy for me. It wasn't difficult because I practiced. But in high school it was difficult because I was lazy in high school. I don't want to.
Thank you to Mommy for encouraging you to do math. You said she's a math teacher, right?
Yeah, my mother. Yeah. She was quite annoyed with me in high school because I was so lazy. But it was part of the process,
I can't wait to go home, eh?
You can't wait to go home.
Oh, I can't wait.
Of course, you can't wait.
Yo, that boy is giving me some headache. My
son. Oh, you need to go discipline him or what?
And you can imagine, one of my colleagues was telling me that, hey, he's becoming cheeky now.
Yeah, he's in that age.
I asked the daddy to take the phones. He hasn't been having phone for 2 weeks now. Yesterday I was speaking with him. He was like, Mommy, can I have my phone? And then when the schools open, I will give it back to daddy. I said, no. I said, you're getting it when I come back.
Sure. That's like in a month, more than a month.
It's more than a month. It's more than
He's gonna...
And I'm not changing, Elmar.
He's gonna struggle.
I am not changing. I am not changing. He's gonna use his sister's phone.
Probably. That's what he's gonna do.
He's gonna use his sister's phone.
If she gives it to him.
So next time he will know that I need to behave. Because for me to take that phone, he submitted his creative arts investigation late. Actually, the morning his teacher texted me. When I asked him if, he said, it is, Mommy, I was busy with it last night, so I'm submitting it. But it was due the previous day.
The previous day.
So I took the phone away.
So you're trying to be a parent from an island 2,000 kilometers away. How difficult is that?
Imagine.
No, I can't imagine because I don't have children of my own, but I can get an idea of how difficult it is. You know, leaving your children behind.
It's not an easy thing.
I don't think it's easy.
It's not easy.
I cannot think it's easy.
It is not.
But do your children understand at least why you're here?
They do understand why. The reason why am I here. The reason. Mommy has to work.
Because they're at least at that age where they can understand. Like, I know, like Daniel's kids are very small, so they're on an age where they don't really understand why he's
But
away.
it's better with Daniel. It's a father. The mom is with them.
Yes.
With my case, It's me who's away and the daddy's with them. Nope.
That's difficult.
It's very difficult.
Yeah.
It's very difficult. But hey, what could have I done?
Yeah, if you need a job, you take a job.
Yeah.
Take the opportunity.
But it was not an easy decision to make.
No,
I remember even last year.
For me, it was even not easy to come here.
I remember whilst I was still on the training in Cape Town. Oh, Elmar, I was not myself. I wasn't sure if really I'm taking this, I'm doing this. Like, I wasn't sure. I was even worse when I came here. God.
Yeah.
I thought they are cruising boats. I thought they are, you see those benches, sun-basking benches next to the pools. Like I was...
You didn't think it was a cold island?
No.
You didn't know that?
No.
So you didn't know what Marion Island was?
I did a little research, but still I wasn't convinced.
But you knew, obviously a week before, you knew it was a cold island.
Yes, I knew.
But before, when you applied, you didn't know.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
There's many people who applied and didn't know.
They didn't know.
Yeah.
I thought when you came here, I was like, yeah.
You're gonna lekker sit in the sun, go for a swim in the ocean. It's the complete opposite. There's no sun and there's only wind and snow.
And then for me to find out there are also Mayas, it triggered my fear worse. I was like, God, I didn't know.
Oh, so it was a shelter shock for you, you would say.
It was a shock.
It was a shock. And how did you manage with the shock? Did you just, it's what it is now? Because that's what I did, I would say.
A few days when I was here, you see that when we go for dinner, because I would go for dinner during the day, I would be busy with who's the guy? With Treasure training me.
Yes.
Yeah. And then when we go for dinner, and then we queue, during takeover, the queue, how big is it?
It was very long.
And then those queues, standing on those queues, you have to go and wash your own plate.
Yes.
I was like I was imagining, I think I've never been in prison, but this is the life of the prisoners.
That's true, though.
This is the life of the prisoners. And then I go, I wash my plate.
It did feel like that, no?
I felt like
it felt like prisoners. It felt like we were in a madhouse, like a...
Yes! Then I would come back to Com's room, and I was like, but guys, I'm not okay. And the more I would think of all the negative things, the more it was, the more I was being more concerned about my mental state now.
Yes.
Because now it was really, really bothering me. Sometimes I would even forget about something that I'm having on my hand. I was worried, man, because this is not what I signed up for.
Exactly, yeah.
Okay, I remember the other day I made a mistake on the radio room.
Yeah.
That channel 16, the one you don't move. And then also I was still on channel 16, and then the captain, I was speaking with the captain at from SA Galas 2.
Yes.
And then they said I must change to channel 1. The only radios that I remember that they're having channel 1 was the handheld one.
Yes.
So I changed the handheld, but it didn't work. Then I changed the channel 16 to channel 1. And then it was the captain couldn't hear me.
When was this now? What captain now? When the Agalas was
during the takeover.
Oh, during the
yes,
takeover,
during the
yes.
takeover,
Oh, okay.
yes, during the takeover. And then I was like, the radio was so bad, and I had to. Swoo, the DCO, ran to the comms room. Then I was like, Toko, what did you do? I said, I don't know what I did, but I did something. And then he called Treasure. Then he asked Treasure that, no, you were not supposed to leave him before this day. You need to train him and see that he's able to do everything on his own, on her own. And then he told me, calm me. My adrenaline was...
Yeah, because he was stressed now.
And then now he spoke to me, calm me, Sbu, that, you know what, relax, you're going to be okay on this. And then we carried on with the operations.
Okay. But what happened there? The channel 16 Why did
On
it
channel
make that
16,
strong
you
sound?
you don't change it. Channel 16 is the Marion channel.
Oh, okay. So that one has to stay on that
Yeah,
channel.
it needs
so
to
that
stay
was
on
the
that
problem.
channel, even the channel for aviation, so you don't change it. It
Okay.
should stay there. That's the one that is used by the pilots. And then channel 1 is the one that is linked to the handheld
The handheld radios.
Yes, so it works together with the handheld
Oh, because that's
radios.
why it made an interference.
Yeah, so I made the interference. That was why.
Okay. But if you have to compare to now and to take over, obviously you don't feel that stressed anymore. You
I'm
got
not
used to
stressed
it
anymore.
now.
I got
You've
used
made
to
some
people.
progress, yeah.
I got used to the place. I got used to
to the-
Maya. I got used to to
Animals,
everything.
the weird animals here. What about, you don't like the animals?
Yeah, they scare me. It's fine. Let me love them at a distance. I don't want them closer to me. No, not closer. It's fine. I must love them at a distance.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
no, definitely. Yeah, I stressed that one time the other day when you fell and that seal came for you.
Let me record you.
You want to record me?
Yes, I want to record you.
Did I stress?
Wait, Elmar, wait. Yo. Okay. Yo, on that day. Yo.
Yeah, that was funny.
Was it funny?
Yeah, it was because you were stressed.
I was.
But I thought there was nothing to be afraid of because that seal didn't come for us. That seal was just chilling
Okay,
there.
what are you saying now? I'm recording.
You're recording. You want to record it yourself?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait. I don't know what I did.
Just press again.
Some stupid thing that I did.
Yeah.
Yo.
Okay, we're ready.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, so Toko, you fell and then the seal came for you. But before that happened, the seal was just behind a rock and then you were like using your stick
Bruh.
to whack.
Bruh. Yo.
But
Elmar,
I think
okay.
that like freaked the seal maybe out or something. I
I'll
don't know
never
what
forget that
I don't know
day,
what
bruh.
the seal
I will
thought.
never forget that day. I could see that seal when it was coming to me. I knew, where is it gonna start? Chowing me.
Chowie. I don't think it would chow you, but it might bite you. Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you were whacking the stick to try and get the seal away, and then all of a sudden it started chasing you, and you ran, and
I
then you
fell.
fell down, and then my instinct was just like, okay, I need to go, I need to run, because how far was I? I was like 30 meters away. So my instinct was just to run, try to go help you, because that seal got you. But at least the seal stopped, because you whacked your stick in
Elmar,
front
thank
of
you
it.
so much for that day. I was like,
Yeah.
I saw myself, I was at danger. I don't know. Do you think it was gonna bite me?
It might have, we never know. But you at least
But
whacked the
by
stick.
the
Because I had a
looks of
similar
things-
incident that happened with me a month before that. Same thing happened with me. I had this female fur seal, subantarctic fur seal, chasing me, and then I slipped on the ground. You know how wet it is here, and this seal just came to my face, right in front of my face. And I had my stick and I just poked her away like that. Precisely the same thing happened with me.
Yo.
You're like,
I
when
was
you're such an
when you
adrenaline,
When
your
you
heart
came,
just goes. Yeah.
When you came,
It's like, you can't really believe that happened.
I didn't believe it.
Yeah.
I really didn't believe it. That
That's
it
crazy.
happened. Yo. But I learned
Yeah.
on that day. I learned.
No, we
one thing
learned a
about-
lot.
One thing about these animals. But I doubt, man, if it was gonna bite me.
I don't think so.
I also don't think
I
so.
think that one just held her territory or something, because she didn't look that aggressive. But there are some of them they are very aggressive
They're
that
so
really want to
aggressive.
bite you.
That one, it was not aggressive. But it was scary.
I think it just got a fright from you, maybe. No, I'm not sure how, but...
Because when I
sometimes
fell, it stopped. I think it tried a few steps and then it stopped.
Yes.
When I fell.
When you fell, it stopped.
It stopped. It was like it's observing, it was waiting for me to stand up and then run and then it follows me.
Maybe.
I don't know.
So maybe it also just got a fright and that was why it was starting to chase you.
And when I looked at it, the face, it was very small. But when I was behind it, it was those long, small seals.
Yeah.
What kind of the seal was that?
It's a sub-Antarctic fursuit.
Oh, okay.
Or was it? No, wasn't it a gazella? So it was a Arctic fursuit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was an Arctic fursuit. Sorry, excuse me. But did you get that video? We got the video.
Not yet.
I think Megan still needs to make the videos for us.
I want to see that video.
So are you excited for Takeover? It's coming.
Very excited.
Very excited.
Very excited. I can't wait. I can't wait getting home, bro.
Yeah.
I really can't wait.
It's been a long year.
It's been a long year. It's been a long year.
Yeah.
But I survived.
But would you say you made some progress at least as a person? Because that's how I feel. I feel like I've made. You learn a lot of yourself while you're here. Because
I learned a lot.
Yeah, because
I've grown.
Yes.
A lot.
Because you're kind of on your own. I know we have each other here, but in a way, we're not really family. We support each other, sure, but it's not like
when you're at home.
It's not the same. It's never the same. And what makes it very difficult for me, I would admit, is like you have people you work with, in a normal situation at home, you go home to your family.
You go back home to your family.
But here, you don't go home to your family, you come home to the same people you work with. And that is weird. I think that was weird for me. Because sometimes you don't want to talk, because you had the whole day to talk to people in your work environment. And now you have to be normal at the dinner table again. But you don't really, you actually just want your alone time now.
I understand.
And I think a lot of people, or most of us, had that, how can I say, problem. I don't know. I won't say call it a problem, or call it
those days. But we try, man.
Yeah, you
We
try.
Yeah. Because imagine if they want to talk to you and then you are not in the mood to talk.
And that happened a lot. That happened
Then
a lot
you have
with
to
everybody.
force yourself.
Then you have to force yourself. Yeah, because you can't not be negative in front of them. Because maybe they need it, Maybe they need to talk with someone now. But you don't. But because we're all going through all kinds of things. It's happening at home. It's happening here. It's quite interesting.
Quite interesting.
But I find it fascinating that you said it feels like in prison. Because I felt exactly the same. I felt like I went to a psych ward or something. We're all mad and we need to come here.
For rehabilitation.
For rehabilitation. That's how it felt like. And we made a lot of jokes before, like they just put cameras here and they maybe filming us, and we're actually a documentary for some weird people in China or something.
and then they are tracing our wherever you go, they follow you with hidden cameras.
Exactly. Listen to our conversations.
Yeah. And you still have to act normal.
Exactly. It's difficult.
I understand that other people from other expeditions, you'll find them going crazy or something. I understand.
I understand.
I understand.
I have sympathy for them actually now.
Yeah.
Before I came here, I heard about people going crazy, and I understood already. But now I understand a lot better. I know now. You know. You don't understand. We know now.
Yo.
Yeah.
That was my daughter. Can I respond to him? to her.
To her, yeah, anytime. Let's see.
Yeah.
Okay, we're back. You send that video to your daughter
It's
now.
not a video, it's a voice.
The voice, sorry, not a video. Yeah, so my next question, so I'm just going with it. Where do you want to go after Marion? What's your plan for after Marion life, after island life? You're going to go to another island, you're going to go to Gough.
It is funny with me. I'm having another passion. As I said to you that I'm a qualified teacher.
Yes.
I would love now to try and settle down
Yes.
and look for a permanent post in teaching. And just focus to that. But I don't know what God has for me on the market. Probably I might go again at Gough. I don't know. I don't want to say yes. I don't want to say no. I'll never ever go to any other island.
Yes.
It will depend. Definitely, it will depend. If I'm not getting anything in SA, then I'll just try and go to one of the other islands. Yes.
So you want to go back to teaching math lit?
Yes, maths lit and pure maths, and even technical maths. I did engineering mathematics in first year up until third year.
Okay.
So
That was at the college
it was the university.
of Bloemfontein. Okay.
Free State.
Free State, yeah. It's called Free State, yeah. Okay. So your passion lies of teaching.
I want to follow that passion now.
Yeah, that's good. Wow. Yeah, we need teachers. That's the problem.
And if I was having money, Elmar, if I was having money, I would adopt 2, 3, 4 more kids. And then, really, if I was having money,
You want to look after kids?
I love the big family.
You love a big family?
Yes. Secondly, I don't want the kids who are struggling and not getting love. So the kids must be loved and have a stable family and have at least 3 meals per day.
Yeah.
Yes, so I would have my own shelter or my big house that is having that I'm gonna give them shelter and food and make sure that they go to school and get educated.
Yes.
But unfortunately, I don't have money.
That's the problem now.
I don't have money.
But you have your own kids, and if you start with your own kids and do the same with them, I feel
You know
like
what I was thinking?
You're doing a good thing for the
you know what I
world.
was thinking, ne? Hence, I'm good with mates. I was thinking of like adopting, let's say, grade 8, 2 grade 8 learners, and then 2 grade 10 learners. The learners that are in the same class as my kids.
Okay.
And then I tutor them. I tutor them maths, physical science. I can tutor physical science, yes. I tutor them maths and physical science or natural science for the younger one. And you know what? My daughter is also good with mathematics, so she can assist me with the lower grades. Yes, because she's also good with mathematics. And that's what I was planning to do if I adopt 2. No, they are not going to stay with me. Let's say during holidays, they come at my place, yes, and then I tutor them. I tutor them prior the next term's work, or we revise the previous term's work. So that is my plan now. If like I get
and these are kids in the community, right?
They are kids in the community. I already started doing that when I was at home, but you know kids, and I didn't have like the bigger space for them, so I'll just tutor them and then they go home.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yes. So now the thing that I want to do, if the holidays are 2 weeks, I want that 2 weeks they come to my place, they stay with me that 2 weeks, and then after 2 weeks they go home.
We go home.
When the school's closed again, they come to my place.
Yes.
And then I monitor their progress up until they finish matric. So that is what I'm having now on my mind. I know it's possible for me to implement.
Yeah. So you want to help these kids during holidays?
Yes.
Preferably.
Yes.
Why during holidays? Not.
there's a lot of things that they get exposed to during holidays. Because
Yeah,
they are
bad
at home.
things or
Bad things as well.
yeah.
Bad things as well. Because not all the locations they offer like those sports during holidays. They go to the community sports field and then they play soccer there. They play. Not all the locations
Yeah.
do that. You understand? And
Yes.
I'm not good with sports and so on. So I want to offer what I'm good at.
That makes sense.
Yes.
That's great.
That's,
I think that's wonderful. If you have time to do that, why not? You know?
I think I'll do that. And another thing that I did this year, which I'm proud of myself, I bought more than 5 kids' uniforms
Oh,
in
well
January
done. For school uniforms.
to start the school this year. Bought
Great
more than
stuff.
5 kids.
And all
and-
people in your community? Or is it family? Or
Randomly, I picked them randomly.
randomly?
Yeah, I picked them randomly. Another one, I asked one of my friends who's a teacher, I said she must identify a child that is really in needy.
Mm.
So she identified the child and then I gave her the money. She went to Pep and bought everything.
Bought the
Yes, and bought everything
uniforms,
for
everything. Yeah,
for
that's
the
great.
child. For the child. Another one, he was, I don't know. He was. I knew that. I knew at that time that the fact that he can post such thing on Facebook that he is in need of 1, 2, 3. I knew that really she needs
Yeah,
help.
if you post it on Facebook,
Yes,
make
and
it public.
a lot of people made it public, and a lot of people, others they will screenshot and show the other
the
friends, and
yeah.
so I inboxed her, and then I said, I commented, I said, okay, text me on this number, then I'll buy everything for you.
Wow,
So that
that's
was
nice of you.
and then even that one was fulfilled. So I was so happy. I bought more than 5
Okay,
for
I
kids
think that's a
next
great
month.
goal to have. You just go and help.
And I didn't feel any pain. Like
No, why would you feel pain?
I helped this person, or I did. That's one thing about me. That's one.
I think a lot of people has a awful perception with the thing of giving. Because even my parents can't understand sometimes why I give away. Because I used to grow trees. I'll probably do it when I get back. Like grow them from seeds. And I used to give my trees away as gifts to people and go plant them.
And what would make you? How would you feel after you have given?
No, you
someone?
feel good because it's a nice thing, and they can watch their own tree grow. You know, they'll plant it with me, and then I have a guy in Timberletu in George. I used to stay in George. I gave him a tree. Man, the tree was knee height when I gave it to him. That tree is over the wall now. It's a semi-small tree now already.
You know how I feel.
And it's just nice to see.
You know how I feel when I helped someone. I feel like I've healed that person.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I feel like I have healed that person.
No, definitely. But the thing is, just by giving, you also help yourself as well. Because you give what you get, right? If you give love, you'll receive love. If you give hate, you'll receive hate. So that's the one thing that's important. And I want to come back to how I grew up. My parents are very focused on money, not that we had a lot of money when I grew up, but it's like they wouldn't like to give stuff away for free because we didn't have a lot. But they've changed now. They're much better now at it. Yeah, they're much better. Now we give away a lot of things for free, and it's because it's going better with them, and they feel like they have to give back. So when you're struggling in life, I feel like it's difficult to give things away.
It's so difficult.
It's really
and
difficult.
sometimes you want to give, but you don't have anything.
Yeah. So they couldn't understand why I give stuff away, for instance, for nothing. Or many people can't. Just anyone actually. But what you're doing is much bigger than the money you get for it. You build a relationship with a person, or you just give something out of love. That's much.
I always believe that if you give something out of love, without expecting her or him to give back.
Yeah, you should never expect
somewhere, God is sending someone to come and rescue you. Probably.
Yeah, no, definitely. So I think it's great that you want to give someone,
it's very great.
even if it's school clothing or education. That's the whole point of this talk. That's why I'm doing this talk. I want to give information to people, and I want to learn myself, because I just feel that's the most valuable thing in life. What's the point of life? You need to learn, right? And you want to become a better person at the end of the day. And you have a short time to do it. That's what we want to do. So, and all of us have different ways of becoming a better person. I can't see what else is the meaning, to become rich or successful, but I see success as a lot different than other people do. I don't see it as capital gains. I see it as you as yourself improving as a person and trying to be better for your community and the people around you, and learning from them, being able to give them something, and we need to help each other. Because I'm rambling now, I'm talking a lot, but that's the thing.
But I'm listening.
Yeah, so people, we need to help each other.
Yeah.
I don't see, because we're a social creature, humans are very social. We shouldn't deny that. We shouldn't try and be individuals in a world where we can help each other.
How do you keep your energies up?
My energies?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
In your mood, you're always in the good mood.
That's difficult. You need to.
But you are so conserved.
Yeah.
Person. You are too conserved.
Too conserved.
You? Yes.
Let me tell you, I'm glad you're asking me that, because I've never had the opportunity to talk to you about that. The reason I'm conserved here, I think I'm much more conserved here on Marion, is because I don't want to step on people's toes here. I want to keep the peace around people here. And I know this is only temporary. This is not forever. But I could easily been open with my ideas and stuff I wanted to accomplish here with people. And it could have worked out very negatively, because people could have seen me as a threat. But I came here to rather be an observer and to learn from people in that way, rather than, because in my previous job I was in front, I needed to lead people. And here I just decided I'm not going to lead. I'm going to sit back and see how it plays out, for instance. But I hear what you're saying. I am conserved, but I like to have my own alone time as well, and be my own person. That's why I came. I think I came to improve, to just reflect upon all the stuff that happened before Marion, and then become a better person through Marion. Use this time to read and be joyful and enjoy it. That makes sense.
Yes, it does.
Yeah. So I read a lot. That's what helps me stay in a good mood. Every morning I read stuff that puts my mood into a good spirit. It's very important to have a good balance in a day, I've learned. Because if I think about the days where I'm in a bad mood here, is the days where I don't get up and force myself to do something. If that makes sense. Because some days you come back and you're tired, and that's acceptable, and you rest. But there are days which you get up and you're like, I really don't want to do this work today. We all get that day.
Yes, I know.
But then what I do, I try to force myself just to get into a rhythm to do something. If that makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
It's difficult, but yeah, I just try and do that. Yeah.
Interesting. Carry on.
Carry on.
You're waiting for me to interview.
Yeah, it feels like you're interviewing me now. I thought we're just having a nice conversation here. Yeah. I don't know. What do you feel? How do you feel Marion Island has made you? Do you feel like you're reserved? Because usually I don't see you at the parties, or you understand, but that's fine. What I'm saying is you're fine of being your own self.
Yes.
And a lot of people are not fine with it always. They feel like they have to be there. But like, you don't have to. That's the thing.
I don't have to.
You don't have to be there.
My space and my peace. I always try to maintain those two. My space and my peace.
Yeah. No, definitely.
I'm not saying there's no peace in the party, no.
No, definitely not.
I'm not saying there's no... It's fun to be amongst people, but I think I'm kind of an introvert.
Yes.
That is an extrovert.
I understand what you're saying.
You understand?
Yeah, because I feel like I'm the same. I feel like I can be both, and I'm happy to be both. I'm happy to be both.
To be both.
Yeah.
That's exactly me.
Yeah.
That's exactly me.
Yeah.
When I go to my room after dinner, it's not like I just immediately go to sleep. No.
Yes.
It's either I write. I love writing. I love reading. It's either I write or I just listen to music before I sleep.
Yeah.
So it's either, but I do something before I sleep.
Yeah.
I do something.
Always
I
do
make
something.
Yes, I make sure I don't just like doze off. No, like an hour, 2 hours, I'm awake. I'm doing something after dinner. Yes.
Yeah, I do the same. I have
and
journal.
It helps me a lot because that is the time I find for myself to do like my own introspections to me. Yes. So like I'll okay, talk a bit with, we need to change 1, 2, 3. Your attitude towards this person was not cool. Then I try to work around in a better way. I think it improved me a lot.
Yes.
So now I would master to stay alone. They must take me at another island and I stay alone. I've mastered it.
You think you'll master it?
Alone, bruh. Is it even
Totally
possible? Alone. I'm saying totally alone.
Yo,
No.
I don't think it's possible.
No. It won't.
I think people need people.
Yeah, people need people.
You always need someone. It just doesn't
But
feel
it has
right.
been a journey. Yo.
Yeah, it's been a long journey.
It's been a journey.
But the last 6 months went really fast for me. I don't know about you, but the first 6 months were slow. It felt like I was here for years.
You know, for each milestone that I have overcame, the excitement I would have, like, the first time when I went out, I went with Sibu and Daniel, we were going to ships. You're the fear I had of the mice and
Where did that fear come from?
I don't know.
Just from people talking around.
Yeah, it's like people, and the feeling when you reach the ground and then you're like, when you step on the ground
You
and
feel
then
like it's sinking.
It's sinking and then you're gonna sink with the ground. So that's the fear. And then second time when I went with you and Eddie to the dam, it was better, but I would still get triggered. And then I think after some few walks closer and a little bit far, when I went with Londani, before that, when we went to ships to weigh the souls.
Oh yes.
I was the master on that day.
Was the master.
I was the master. I was so excited. I was really
and I
naked.
came there, but then you went back.
Yes, I was coming back with Vanessa. On the day, on that day. I was the master. Then it was trips with Londani and then Megan.
And now you don't feel you have that fear anymore.
I didn't have that fear anymore. And then boom, the next fear was the one when they sail. Then it was not a nice feeling, but it was funny.
It's always great to have a fear for something, because then you can force yourself to go step into the arena of your fear. Just face it. Just go for it. And that's basically what we're doing, right?
Yeah.
Facing our fears. Yeah.
So,
Anyway, Where were we now? I wanted to ask you something else and I can't remember. Because we're always talking and then you doze off into another fault.
I asked you to prepare some questions.
Oh, I have a lot of questions.
And you said no. But you are also a good teacher, you know, Elmar.
Yeah, I was a teacher for 2 years. So I would say my first year, or my first 6 months, I wasn't that good. But I used the same, how can I say, outlook that I have here. Just try to improve each day. You know, being a teacher is not that difficult. It's actually you just need one trait, and that's to care. You just need to care for a student, and if you care, everything's easier. And just be fair as well. You know, some teachers don't like the naughty kids and don't like the kids that don't do their work. But I didn't care, you know, about that. I cared for the individual as a person. You know, not every single student is ready to actually learn or ready to do well. They need to go through some stuff because they're going through puberty, they're going through problems at home, and that's why they are naughty maybe. So you need to understand it's not at that exact moment that they have to be doing well at school. It's fine. Let them do that. Let them make mistakes because they learn from the mistakes. So most of my naughty children I had or students I had in my class all became really good people at the end of the day.
What did you do that? How did you do that?
You need to treat people.
You need to treat people how?
You need to treat people in a good way. Just care for them. Start chasing you.
How did you trick them?
Do you want to record me now?
Yes, I'm gonna.
Well, I can send you this podcast afterwards.
Okay, no, it's fine. I'm gonna be able to crop it.
I can give you you can copy it if you want to. I used a rule that I learned beforehand. It's the first rule is you need to celebrate mistakes. What I mean by that is, if you as a teacher stand in front and teach them, you make a mistake, you don't make a big deal out of it. Oh, I'm awful. Or you say, no, it's fine, let's celebrate it. If a student makes a mistake, you don't tell the student, you made a mistake. You need to go improve it. You don't do that. You say, well done. That's the first rule of learning.
Well done for making a mistake.
Yes. Tell them, well done, you made a mistake. But now, learn from your mistake and don't try and make it again. You understand?
Okay.
So that's the first rule, celebrate mistakes. The second one is what I just pretty much spoke about now. It's appreciate differences. It's the second rule I used. And that means appreciate that you have a smart child or a smart student. Appreciate that you have a naughty student. Appreciate that you have a quiet student. Appreciate that you have a very jolly student. Appreciate that you have a depressing student. Appreciate, because they're all different and they're all human beings. But don't think or don't focus on just the smart student. Don't just focus on the people doing their work. Focus on everyone and learn from them and give them all a chance fairly. Because a lot of teachers are used to get easily annoyed by a student not doing their work, for instance. And they're like, and it will ruin their whole day. Why? Why do you let it ruin your whole day? It's fine. Let that student not do his or her work. She's going to learn at the end of the day. Just
learn from not doing the schoolwork.
Yeah, just be there for that student, is what I'm saying.
Until he knows that he must do his work.
Yes, they will realize that. They usually do. They usually realize when they need to learn and when they're making mistakes. They realize that. So that's the second rule, appreciate. The third rule is relay feedback. I'll never forget this principle because I used to live by it when I was teaching. But I use it in life as well because it works in life. Relay feedback is to give your students feedback. tell them, you did really great here. Or tell them, you didn't do as great here. I knew you had a sport activity, so it's fine. I'll let it slide. But what I used to do, I gave my kids some attention. Like I will write when a student got like 80%, you'll write there, oh, you did so well, owl standing work. So I'll draw a little owl, and it'll be like owl standing, stuff like and you won't believe it, but people just love that. They were like, and sometimes I forgot to make them an owl, or I forgot to make them a tree menders, a tree. I draw like all these biological things for them. I'll forget to draw it, and then they'll come back to me, sir, why didn't you draw me a tree?
Because I made
yeah, I got 80%. And they'll come back, you see, so that's like relay feedback. They like that. So I used to, with my students, I used to be myself. I didn't make that I am in charge and they should listen. It was we're all equal in a way. Now, unfortunately, I was lucky enough to be in a school with a small class, and I can know that if you have a large class of 40 kids, that won't work, unfortunately, because you won't be able to handle it. But with a small class like 20 max, you can do that. You can actually be like an equal half and half. Let them know you're learning, but let them also know they can trust you and they can talk to you.
That's another thing that I learned. I learned about teaching.
Yes.
That you also learn from those kids.
Yes. That's
As
really
a teacher,
important.
As
really
a teacher,
important.
you also learn from them.
You learn so much from them.
learn so much from them.
That's what makes it so great.
Their characters, their different personalities. You learn so much. And their different abilities. You also learn how to treat each one of them.
Yes, I agree. I agree 100%. That's what you thought you were the teacher when you went to teach these kids, but you actually you're actually a learner as well.
Also a learner. Let me tell you about me. I'm a Xhosa, right? And in Bloemfontein, they major it's Sesotho, the language of learning and teaching. So either way, be it's a private school or be it's a private school or a public school, you're gonna get most of the learners speaking Sesotho. So I was not perfect in speaking Sesotho. So I would learn from them. I learned Sesotho from them. The language, I learned it from them. And now I'm master to the language, to that language.
Amazing.
So, yeah, I also learn.
It's the same with me. I'm Afrikaans, my home language, and I had to teach in English, I could speak English before, but even when I started, I struggled with some words, because in biology I learned terms in Afrikaans. Now I need to translate it to English. It's difficult because sometimes it's difficult to translate it from one language to another. So I struggled at the start with terms and stuff, but yeah, some of the students will correct me in class, like, sir, it's not pronounced that way. I'm like, oh, well, okay, sorry, let me do it again then. That's fine. It's like the students know, they understand. They're also intelligent, they have minds, they know how things work.
And I also think once you get each other, they need to get you. Learners, to become the great learners, they need to get you as the teacher, and you as well, you need to get them.
Exactly.
Yes. So it's like a two-way a relationship.
Yes.
You may find those learners who would say, teacher Mangman, teacher so-and-so is so boring. I think they haven't got the teacher. It's not like the teacher is boring, but they haven't got each other.
Yeah.
But once you get each other, then
that's
everything flows.
That's true. And I think a lot of the older teachers, unfortunately, are so became so bored by the profession at the time, because they've done it for so long, and they get into the state of just doing the same thing over and over again. And then for the new students, they don't realize the students of today are different to students 10 years ago.
10 years ago.
And you need to actually adapt to your students each year. and change as they change, because otherwise you're gonna become that boring teacher.
That boring teacher.
Yeah. But anyway, there's another principle, another rule that I used in the fourth one. It's probably the most important one, is evaluate yourself. And that's what I used to do. I went to go back, and teaching is difficult, like you would know. It's mental, takes a lot of, it's exhausting. You get at home and you're exhausted, mentally exhausted, because you have to think all the time. You need to think, and students shouting there in the corner, and that one there, and So some days you come back, you're like, oh, what did I do wrong today? Because today's class didn't go well. So what I mean by evaluate, you evaluate what you can do better. Okay, that didn't work. Let's do this. This one looks like it's engaging students more. That did not engage students at all. Let's rather not do it that way. You understand?
Yeah, I do.
So that's the fourth rule. And then when you take all four of the rules, it's celebrate mistakes, it's appreciate differences, it's relay feedback, and it's evaluate themselves. Good teachers evaluate themselves. It spells, what does it spell? It spells care. And that's the final rule. You care for your students. And out of my experience, the best teacher I ever had is the teacher that cared the most, if I can remember back. It's simple as that. You need to care. You need to have a love for it. And unfortunately, you get bad apples in every profession, right? You get bad teachers, you get good teachers. You get bad carpenters, you get good carpenters. But what did I want to say now?
I don't know.
I'm talking too much, actually. Feels like I'm being interviewed now. But it's nice. I like this. I like to speak about teaching, actually, because I thought I never wanted to become a teacher. I thought it's like a dead-end profession. But then I realized, it's what you make of it. And I just became a really good teacher because I engaged students, and students just loved being in my class.
That profession is so universal.
Yes.
It is so you can change a lot of things around it. Like, it is so universal, and as you already mentioned, that the learners are different.
That's what makes it fun.
You can come up with different methods to tackle your learners.
Yes.
Not one. What mostly important is you need to know your learners. That is the first step of teaching. You need to know your learners. You need to know what are your learners good at. What do you mean, Togo? I mean, there are learners who are good with visuals. There are learners who are good with numbers. There are learners who are good with subjects like history, like literature. So you need to know your learners.
Yes.
You just need to know your learners, and you need to know how to tackle them. When you go to RIA, you know that this is how I need to teach RIA. And then when I go to Releboile, you know that this is how I have to teach Releboile. Like, in one class, you're having so different learners, but out of that, you need to make sure that the same message that you are delivering to the learners in different ways, each of the learners, they understood you.
Yes.
You understand?
Yeah.
So,
that's what makes it so difficult, because now you're sitting with a class of, like I said, 40. And to do that, you need to, like you said, you want to learn how each student works.
They learn through singing.
But you don't always have to.
They learn through dancing.
Yes.
I had a learner who was that learner is very good verbally. He was very good verbally, but when it comes to writing everything down, answering verbally, when you're asking questions in class, like verbally, he was very good. And then when it comes to writing,
he struggled.
He was struggling. And then, unfortunately, the school that I was working for, they applied for him for the concession examination where he needs to write his exams verbally. Where he gets the teacher who reads for himself, and then he gets the answer from him, and then the teacher writes the answer.
So you had like a writing deficiency, basically.
Yes. Yeah. So, in other teachers, they just ignore that. Okay, no, he's not good, or he's not...
Yeah, they'll just label him as he's bad, he's not good.
And another thing that I noticed was he learns when like, let's say when we go outside, we're doing measurements, the topic measurements, we go outside, I have my liquids, like my liquids, what is it? What's the name, Toko? I'm having, like, let's say I'm having water, I'm having solid,
and a gas.
Gas you can't measure, and then we measure the length. So I'm having the tape measure, I'm having that wheel measure them. So I would say that, this boy is very good. He is very good in that. He knows that, okay, this 500 milliliters of water is equal to 0.5 liters of water. Like in those conversions, he was very good. He was very, very good, because you are teaching him about something that he sees. He sees that, okay, it's half a liter. It's in the, you see the calibrated jugs. You use the calibrated jug. He looks at it. The water is at 0.5 liter. And then he knows, okay, this is 500 milliliters. So it was so easy. So, hence I say, really, that profession is just universal. You just need to come up with the ideas and name them.
And sometimes you get students who don't actually need teachers. Because I had a student, she was just excellent in everything. Like, you didn't need to tell her to go do homework. You didn't need to. She just did it, and she studied on her own at home. And she's super smart. She can do really well in her career. She just chooses the right thing.
She was independent.
Yes, she was independent. She didn't actually need to come to school, in my opinion. But you're forced to, because that's the law. But like, you get students like that. You can just independently work on their own. Don't need teachers. And that's also fine, but it's not like she didn't disrespect teachers. She still came to the classes and
respect teachers.
She still respected you. Yeah, exactly. And still did your work. Because she has respect. She has good moral values as well. Which is great as well. But it makes your life easier if you have students like that. Because they can just go on their own. You don't have to worry about them. But it makes it difficult. You want to try and challenge them as well. And I think school, they try and challenge themselves later on. They make the challenge for themselves, which is in a way cool, actually. Because nothing you can give them, like the school questions, it's too easy for them. So you need to try and make them questions that will really challenge them. It's quite interesting. So I would actually go back to teaching if I have the opportunity. But I don't know if I'm going to do it now, of course. I feel like I need to do some other stuff first before I go back.
When you go back, what are you intending to do?
To teach?
I know, when you go back home.
Oh, I don't know yet. I haven't applied a lot of jobs, really. I actually applied for the teaching job. Because the previous school I was at, they merged with another school. So the principal, they asked me to come back actually the other day. So I might go back there, but we'll see what happens. It doesn't necessarily mean I'm going back.
Will you please keep in touch?
With you? Of course. I will keep in touch. Anytime. Yeah. We will always keep in touch.
Okay.
We just need to work, work on it. A relationship is work, is it not? That's the problem. Yeah. Some people just fade out of your life, and some people just stay. Yeah. So that's how it goes. Yeah.
And how are you feeling about the takeover coming?
Yeah, I'm feeling great. I'm actually excited.
If they can say stay another year,
No, I don't think so. I think 1 year is enough. I don't think you need another year.
Yeah, Amazing.
Like I've learned a lot from this island. I did everything I wanted to do because I'm a botanist, so I like plants. I came here to identify the mosses, and I think I did. I got to, I'm not sure how many species because I don't have great resources to actually ID all of them. But when I get back, I'll be able to find some more better resources. But I got to know all the plants, got to know all the insects, got to know all the rocks, got to know all the mammals, saw most of the birds. You know, I did most things I could possibly get to do here. That's what I wanted to do. I wanted to try and just see everything I can, and I did. So I'm happy. It was a big success, and I don't feel like I need another year. It's a great place. It's a beautiful place to come back to, but I feel like it's just a waste of my time if I just repeat my life as it was. I want to go out there and learn new things. Understand?
Okay.
That makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. But yeah, I will always talk good things about Marion. It's a cool place. It's really a special island.
It is a special place.
Very
it is
special.
A really special place. Have you ever felt when you went out, you will never come back the same? The energy out there, you come back refreshed.
You do.
You come back refreshed.
You do. It's really good to get out and just see all the animals, see all the penguins, and even though they smell like shit.
Other people, they don't know. Because I also didn't know. First time when I went, I didn't know.
Same, I also didn't know the whole place.
So first time when we were going to ships, I was like, what is this smell? we still, I think we were 1 kilometer, 500 meters away. I was like, what is this smell?
And you start smelling them.
I still was like, penguins. I was like, why now the oxygen is changing? Like the air we breathe is changing.
Yeah, some days if it's wind still, you can, if you're on Longreach, and you can smell King Penguin Bay from like a kilometer away.
Yeah.
You just smell that like, and it's been a hot day, and it just heated up all that.
And it was suffocating.
Guano, they call it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one thing you don't see on the photos and the videos. You know, you can't smell it.
Feel it. Yeah.
You can't smell it. You can only see it and hear it, but you can't smell it. That's one thing I've learned from penguins. They can smell.
They smell. They smell.
Yeah.
But even seals, they smell.
Oh yeah, seals as well. Yeah, seals can smell. Yo, especially when the gazella burps and you walk into that burp.
Thanks God I've never been closer to them. Thank you. Otherwise,
Yeah. Oh, I wanted to ask, what does your husband do? Is he also in Bloemfontein or?
Yeah, he's in Bloemfontein working there.
He's working there?
He's working in Bloemfontein.
Is he also an engineer?
Nope. An engineer can never be with another engineer.
No.
Nope. They won't would bend that house. Nope. Nope. Even from attending the classes when you're at university, it's a no, because it's extraordinary classes. Sometimes you come back at home around 8 p.m. Imagine if you are both there. Whilst you're sleeping, the idea comes, you wake up, you go to your laptop, you record it. No, that is not a normal home. So another one must be normal.
Okay. And he misses you, obviously. You don't know.
I don't want to talk for someone.
You don't want to talk
I don't want to talk for someone. Yeah. Ask me that, do you miss or something?
Yeah. No. Definitely.
So, I don't know.
Okay.
Are we done?
I think we're done, eh?
We're done.
I think so.
Yo.
But thank you.
1.5 hours!
Yeah! Yeah, well, thank you very much, Toko.
Welcome.
I appreciate it.
Welcome.
Okay.